What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about weight gain in an extended off season. This week's Fan Friday comes to us from my own Marianne Cook, and she asked, in an extended off-season, 2+ years, at what point should you stop gaining weight each week? Great question, Marianne. Let's get into it. As you guys know, I am currently in this exact situation, and that's why I wanted to pick this question to go over, because I am experiencing this right now. I am probably not going to compete until 2021, so that is a 2+ year off season for sure. I competed last in November of 2018, and I won't compete again until probably August, September of 2021. So that's a long time. So anyway, what my general guideline is really you have to find a place where, obviously when you come off a contest, you need to gain weight. But at what point do you stop gaining weight? At what point do you not need to seek scale gain anymore, for the sake of gaining new muscle? And that can be tough for some people because they think that they need to see the scale go up and up and up and up. If they're seeing lean tissue gain over time, they need to see the scale go up. And while that may make a little bit of sense, it doesn't to me. This is what my approach is, and this is what I would encourage a lot of people to do. Is once you work your calories up to a point where you're not as hungry as you were in contest prep, obviously, where your weight is at a healthy spot. Currently, I'm about 20 to 23 pounds over my current stage weight. That's at a spot where I feel like I look good, I feel good too, and my training is good. My digestion is good. I'm not forcing food down, but I'm not overly stuffing myself either. So once you find that spot, then what you can do is just focus on trying to, have as great of training sessions as possible. You don't need to watch the scale go up. So over the past, really, I would say 6 to 8 weeks, I'd have to look back at my log, maybe even more, maybe up to 6 to 10 weeks, I would push it and safe to say that I haven't gained any weight. I don't plan on gaining any weight. I'm just focusing on my individual training sessions and making the most out of it. I know that I'm clearly in a caloric surplus. My weight's not going down. My weight's not necessarily going up either. I've been roughly on 191, 192, for 10 weeks, and I'm going to keep it there because I feel really good here. So if you're out there, you don't necessarily need to, be gaining an exorbitant amount of weight. Yes, absolutely, after contest prep, regain some of the weight back. Do you need to gain all the weight that you lost during contest prep? No, I didn't. I started my contest prep, this was the diet after the diet. I started officially at 194. Before that, I was about 198. I don't plan on seeing 200, honestly, this offseason. Because I want to keep things a little bit more trim. I think that body weight for me, I gain a little bit too much fat that I have to lose in the long run. So in reality, once you get to that spot where, maybe you are 20 pounds over stage weight, or if you're a lady, maybe 12 to 15 pounds over stage weight, and you do feel good, in my opinion, there's no need to really push it too much more. Because if you already know you're in a surplus, if you're eating enough food, if your recovery is good, then you don't need to seek scale gain every single week to know that you're in a surplus. Because that scale gain every single week, we all know as natural athletes that we can't gain it muscle quickly. Like I've talked about before in the past, I literally gain 2 to 3 pounds of muscle a year, and that's good. Like for me right now, in the point in my training career, someone who's been training a little bit longer than me, those gains might be a little bit slower. They might be fighting for literally a pound and or 2 a year. So we know that if we see scale gain each and every week, that's not always going to correlate to muscle. Yes, it's going to be some, but if we're gaining a half pound a week, then that's going to lead to a lot of fat. So what I typically recommend, what I do for my clients, is I like to feed them appropriately. Yes, increase their macros where we can, but ideally, I like to try to maintain a good body weight. And yeah, you can mini cut, every now and then, like I talked about in a more recent video, maybe like once a year. But I really like to just try to maintain a nice even weight throughout the course of the year. Your body's going to like that a lot more. You're going to be, if you find a body weight where you could function highly, for me, for example, me walking around at about 190, I feel really good. Once I get towards that 200 mark, 198 to 200 mark, I start to feel a little bit more lazy. My joints start to ache a little bit. It's just too much weight for my frame. I don't like how I feel. So you have to find your individual weight where you'd like to kind of hover around and then stick to that. But in my opinion, you should not be seeking scale gain in an extended off season just for the sake of gaining weight, because that gaining weight doesn't necessarily need to mean to correlating to gaining new muscle. That's it for today's Fan Friday, guys. As always, keep dominating every aspect. I'll see you soon.